What's going on, everybody? Cleepus Tech here, coming back at you with another video. In this video, I'm going to be giving you some tips and tricks for the T-Mobile Revvl 6 Pro 5G that you might not know about. Now, before we go any further, as always, I do want to remind you to hit that subscribe button. And in case you want to learn more about this phone, I will be linking to several other videos about it in the description, as well as some information about pricing, availability, and some of my favorite smartphone accessories. But with that being said, let's get into it. So the first thing I want to show you is how to get to your NFC settings. Now, as you can see from this icon right here, NFC is already on by default, so you're probably not going to have to mess with this a whole lot. But in case the need ever arises, all you have to do is go to Settings. From here, go to Connected Devices. And from this menu, go to Connection Preferences. And NFC, as you can see, is right here. So as you can see from here, you can turn NFC on or off. And from here, if you go to Contactless Payments, you can set a payment default. The next thing I'm going to show you is how to disable your Google feed. Now, in case you don't know what it is, the Google feed is basically this menu right here. It's basically like a news feed. I personally don't ever use it. So if you want to disable it, all you have to do is press and hold a finger on any blank spot on your home screen, so like this. From here, go to Home Settings. And from this menu, as you can see, Show Google App is going to be on by default, so toggle this off. And now if we go back to the home screen, as you can see, the Google feed is no longer pulling up. Now I'm going to show you how to use split screen. Now, while this phone doesn't have any shortcuts for it, split screen is still really easy to use. So to get to split screen, what you're going to do is open both apps you want to use. So for this, we're going to use Google Chrome in Settings. So Google Chrome and Settings. So after opening both apps you want to use, go to the app you want on top. So for this, we're going to do Settings. And once you're there, go to your recent apps. From here, press and hold on the icon. And split screen is right here. From here, select the bottom app. And that's pretty much it. As you can see, you can resize it. And if you want one to take over, you can either drag it all the way down or all the way up. The next thing I'm going to show you is a quick way to open your camera. Now, using the camera app, of course, is easy enough, but if you're doing something else on your phone, like maybe you're browsing the web, for example, no matter what you're doing, to open your camera, all you have to do is double press the power key like this, and it's going to open right up. So we're going to try that one more time, this time on an app. And there we go. And one more time with the screen locked. And there we go. So definitely a nice convenient shortcut there. The next thing I'm going to show you is how to show and hide your battery percentage on the status bar. Now, as you can see up here, by default, the battery percentage is not going to be here. And I personally like it like this because it makes the status bar look a little bit more minimalistic, so there's not too much going on here. But if you do want your battery percentage up here, all you have to do is go to Settings. From here, go to Battery. And from here, as you can see again, battery percentage is going to be off. So if you turn it on, as you can see, it's now up here. Now that being said, keep in mind, if you do want to keep your status bar looking a little bit cleaner like this, but you still want to see your battery percentage from time to time, all you have to do is pull down the shade like this, and it's going to be here no matter what. Now I'm going to show you a feature called Tap to Wake. Now this isn't really a crazy feature or anything, but a lot of phones have it activated by default, so in case you're coming from a phone like that, and you're wondering where it is on this phone, keep in mind, the feature is still here, you just have to enable it first. Now in case you don't know what it is, Tap to Wake is basically when you turn off your display. With this feature on, you can wake up the display by double tapping like this. As you can see, it's not currently on, although for some reason with this phone, Lift to Wake is on. So if I put the phone down and pick it back up, it's automatically going to turn on. So if you do want Tap to Wake on, what you're going to do is go to Settings. From here, go to Display. From this menu, go all the way down. Tap to Wake is right here, and as you can see again by default, it is going to be off, but Lift to Wake is already on. So we're going to turn this on, and now as you can see, Tap to Wake is on. So again, definitely not a game-changing feature or anything, but all the same, I know it's still something a lot of people are going to want to use. Now real quick, I want to revisit the battery menu and go over the battery saver feature. In case you don't know what it does, this is basically going to put your phone in a really low power mode, and while this is going to slow it down and limit some functions, it is of course going to save a lot of battery. Now if you simply want to toggle it on or off, all you have to do is pull down the shade like this, and the battery saver is going to be right here. But there are some other options too. So if we go to Settings, back to the battery menu, and from here, go to Battery Saver. And what you can also do is set a schedule. From here, you can choose a certain percentage. So we're going to do 20. And now, whenever the phone reaches 20% battery life, the battery saver is automatically going to turn on. In addition to this, in case you're worried about accidentally leaving it on, keep in mind that by default, when you have your battery saver on, it is automatically going to turn off once your phone reaches 90%. The next thing I'm going to show you is how to make a screen recording. To do this, pull down the shade twice. So like that. If you haven't done anything here, go to the second page. Tap where it says Screen Record Start, and we got a few different options here. First of all, it's going to ask about audio, so by default, as you can see, the audio is going to be off, so if we turn this on, it's going to record device audio. So if you're playing a game or recording music or some other media, you can also choose microphone. So if you want it to narrate something, or you could do device audio and microphone. And you can also have it show touches on the screen. Once you're done, hit start. There's going to be a countdown. And now, as you can see, it is recording. There's the cursor right there. And when you're done, pull down the shade, hit stop, and it's going to be saved right to your photos. Now I'm going to show you a feature called adaptive brightness. As you can probably tell by the name, this feature is going to adjust your brightness based on your environment. So if you're outside in the sun, for example, it's going to make things a bit brighter. But if you're in the dark where you don't need it as bright, it's going to automatically dim. So to activate it, go to settings. From here, go to display. And as you can see, adaptive brightness is right here. Toggle it on. And as you can see, it adjusts right away. And finally, the last thing I'm going to show you is how to edit your quick menu. Now, in case you don't know what it is, the quick menu is basically just this menu right here. So it definitely has some useful features. But of course, there might also be some things you want to add, or maybe some you want to remove. So editing this menu is really simple. All you have to do is hit this icon right here. And above this line, you're going to see everything in the actual menu. And under the line, you're going to see everything you can add. So to take something out, press and hold, drag it to the other side. And that's pretty much it. And then if you want to add something, press and hold, drag it over. And there we go. And if you ever want to reset it, hit these dots right here, hit reset, and there we go. But this concludes my tips and tricks video for the T-Mobile Revvl 6 Pro 5G. Again, if you want to learn more about this phone, I will be linking to several other videos about it in the description, as well as some information about pricing, availability, and some of my favorite smartphone accessories. So if you're interested, definitely check that out. But that's it for this video. If you enjoyed it, be sure to give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to follow Kalipis Tech on Twitter and Instagram. And as always, I will see you in the next video.